meant getting in cars only for essentials with a mask in hand. But many people had a different experience. Their jobs couldn't be done from home, like cashiers, construction workers, farmers, truck drivers, warehouse and distribution center workers. These are Ontario's heroes. Every day, they roll up their sleeves to do a hard day's work. We owe them our thanks, but we also need to do everything we can to keep them safe. At the start of this year, I launched a province-wide Stay Safe All Day campaign focusing on areas of high transmission such as break rooms and work vehicles. The last thing we want is for people to let their guard down and catch or spread this virus, including one of the many variants, over a cup of coffee. Our campaign was followed up with blitzes that zoned in on sectors where extra support was needed, such as warehouses, big box stores, and farms. This proved to be the right approach. For instance, our big box blitz saw compliance with public health guidelines increase by almost 19% over the course of 3 weeks. Our warehouse and distribution center blitz in Peel region found 57% of these businesses were in compliance, but more needed to be done when it came to workplace safety plans, screening, and masking. And in Toronto, we are working with local public health officials to tackle the hotspots that they are seeing. I'm pleased to say we are making progress. Employers are learning, improving, and stepping up. Since the start of this year, over 11,800 workplace inspections have been completed and over 9,400 orders and 370 tickets have been issued. Each visit we make is one more step towards making our workplaces safer. As we continue to move forward, we're increasing our efforts. On Monday, more than 100 new occupational health and safety inspectors started their training. They are learning the ropes now and will be in the field in the weeks ahead. I'm proud to say this will make our team of inspectors the largest it's ever been. I come from a small business, a family business background. I understand the duty these owners feel toward their team and the pressure on them to keep their doors open. That pressure is especially felt by local shops, restaurants, and salons, which often operate on razor-thin margins. It's obvious that they need our support to safely reopen and stay open, so that's what we're giving them. Last month, I announced an education campaign to help reopening small shops understand their health and safety responsibilities. So far, more than 1,000 merchants in Eastern Ontario, Durham, and Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph received in-person educational support and guidance. We went to their place of work with a customer service approach. We reviewed with them the COVID-19 safety requirements for operating in their community. We answered their questions, provided them with resources, and helped them get it right. And if they needed to do more, we'll be back in the coming weeks to ensure they've updated their protocols. Next, we'll be in York Region, Windsor-Essex, and Waterloo Region, helping small businesses get up to speed. Remember, we have a dedicated phone line for questions at 1-888-444-3659. When it comes to battling COVID-19, I believe our team is a shining example of government offering a helping hand. We know small businesses need guidance to operate safely, so we're showing up to help them. We know workers don't always feel comfortable speaking up when their employers aren't being safe, so we're showing up to help them. And we know people are tired of this pandemic and need reminders on how to protect themselves when they're off the clock, so we're showing up to help them. And make no mistake, we'll keep showing up as long as people need help. Thanks, and stay safe, everyone.
Go to the phones for questions. First question, please.
As a reminder, please press star one if you have any questions. First question is from Randy Rath at CHCH-TV. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Minister. Can you hear me?
I can, Randy. How are you?
Yeah, okay, sorry. It's just the new phone is still giving me problems. Hey, I'm wondering about paid sick days. You're hiring a whole bunch of new PSWs. If this pandemic has taught us anything, is the value of paid sick days in helping people, in helping people not get sick in the workplace. Can you ensure that all of the PSWs that you're hiring will going forward after COVID be given paid sick days?
Well, I'm proud to say the Premier with Minister Fullerton announced a $115 million investment to hire 8,000 PSWs. This is long overdue because of the neglect under the previous government. I can tell you what we've done to keep workers safe in this province during COVID-19. The very first action item that we took, that we brought in when COVID-19 hit Ontario, that was job-protected leave. If any worker across the province is impacted by COVID-19, if they're in self-isolation, in quarantine, if you're a mom or a dad that has to stay home and look after a son or a daughter because the schools are closed, you can't be fired for that. We also eliminated the need for sick notes during COVID-19. Furthermore, I'm proud to say, by working with the federal government, we've been able to deliver $1.1 billion in paid sick days for workers across the province. And Randy, as of this morning, I can report to you that more than 245,000 workers in Ontario are now receiving paid sick days through the federal program or have applied for paid sick days. There's over $700 million left in the bank, and we'll continue to advocate to make this program stronger. But it's up to every elected official in Ontario and across Canada to let workers know that there's 4 weeks of paid sick days for them available.
Follow-up?
Well, that's nice, but it didn't come close to answering my question. What I'm asking is, going forward after COVID is over, will workers in this province be given paid sick days to keep everybody safe? And if not, why not? What does your government have against giving workers paid sick days?
Look, we've gone farther than what the former government did. I mean, if the former government was still in power during COVID-19, there would be 2 paid sick days for workers. We've been able to deliver, by working together with the federal government, 1 month of paid sick days for workers. We had a meeting of all the provincial and territorial leaders this week, labor ministers, from across the country. And we continue to advocate for paid sick days on behalf of workers. And I'm proud to say now, at this point, 80% of that federal program is being paid out within 3 to 5 days, directly deposited into workers' bank accounts. So we're going to continue to battle COVID-19. Let's get through this crisis that we're in, and we'll continue to ensure that there's paid sick days during COVID-19.
Next question.
From James Tirani at Caledon Enterprise. Please go ahead.
Hi, Minister. I have a question. So I know Brampton, they've had an active outbreak at a distribution workplace that's been ongoing since October 15th of last year. So that's going on 20 weeks now. And they've had 339 cases total as of last Friday. And there were 23 new cases there last week alone. I'm just wondering how can an outbreak like this, even after the blitz that had recently happened, how can it go on for so long with so many cases?
Well, look, my message to every single business owner out there, to every manager and supervisor, everyone has to be doing more at this point than at any point since COVID-19 has hit the province. You have to be more vigilant today than at any point. As a ministry, our inspectors went into more than 200 distribution centers and warehouses in the Peel region. We're continuing to go back and do follow-up visits and to visit ones that we haven't been through before. But every employer out there knows what they need to do. We encourage all employers, managers, supervisors, and workers to visit our website, ontario.ca/COVID safety. We've put on that website more than 200 resources to help everyone understand what they need to do to keep COVID-19 out of workplaces, including posters and tip sheets and videos in multiple languages, so every person knows what they need to be doing.
Follow-up?
Yeah, I guess looking at these type of workplaces and looking at, because I've been watching this outbreak for a few months now, and just watching the cases rise. I mean, is a place like this continuing to run because they're following protocols and everything is seemingly safe for the workers? Or I'm just trying to get a better idea of how this has lasted for so long.
Yeah, I can't speak to this specific case that you're referring to. I can tell you that our ministry has a number of ongoing investigations in different types of workplaces. I can say that as of today, we've done more than 40,000 workplace inspections during COVID-19. We've now shut down 69 unsafe workplaces and job sites, including about 15 since January the 1st. And one of the other things that our inspectors are now empowered to do is issue tickets on the spot to business owners, to managers and supervisors who aren't following the rules. And to date, since January, we've done almost 400 of these tickets. They can range from $750 up to $1,000. But big corporations know the seriousness of violating the rules and breaking the rules and law under the Occupational Health and Safety Act. I mean, it's very serious. There can be fines up to $1.5 million, and more of those investigations are continuing now.
Next question.
From Ben Epple at 570 News. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Minister McNaughton. Last time you were in Waterloo Region, we saw just over half compliance here. Are you going to be going back to those same businesses this time around? And how many officers will be enforcing here in the region?
Yeah, we're continuing every single day with literally hundreds of inspectors in all communities across the province. I'm proud to say that our 100 new inspectors are in training this week, and literally within a matter of weeks are going to be in the field going out to workplaces across the province. Again, my message is clear to every business. You know what you need to be doing. Step up. We're here to support those small businesses who are transitioning to reopening or who have recently reopened. And we're there with an educational campaign and then doing follow-up inspections. But specifically in the Waterloo region, I can tell you that there will be inspectors back there to do follow-up visits of many of those businesses.
Follow-up?
Okay, just specifically for the clarification then about the ability to issue tickets on the spot, is that new from the last time officers visited here in the region?
I believe we did that inspection blitz since January. The new tools that the Ministry of Labour inspectors have and other provincial offences officers include issuing tickets on the spot. That started in early January. And again, we've done about 400 of these tickets to corporations, to business owners, to supervisors and managers since the new year started. We're finding that many of the violations that are a recurring theme include businesses not pre-screening workers and customers entering businesses, as well as masking protocols in some cases aren't being followed, and social distancing not happening.
Next question.
From Farah Mortahazadeh at Toronto Star. Please go ahead.
Minister, I'll just follow up on the question from my colleague at the Caledon Enterprise. The Peel Public Health data shows that amongst the warehouse outbreaks, it's really a small number of warehouses with massive outbreaks. And so I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit more about what kind of penalties the ministry has imposed on these kinds of employers, particularly through this inspection blitz. How many tickets were issued to warehousing employers in the course of those inspections?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we've worked with local public health units to determine which businesses the Ministry of Labour inspectors are going into. In the month of February, in the Peel region alone, we visited 208 warehouses and distribution centres. We're continuing every single day with inspectors to improve health and safety conditions for workers. I referenced earlier that we launched a Stay Safe All Day campaign. This was really aimed at where we're seeing spread in workplaces, including warehouses and distribution centers, where workers were spreading this virus over a cup of coffee or in lunchrooms or in work vehicles. So we're really focusing in on where we're finding the problems. As I said, we've issued about 400 tickets ranging from $750 to $1,000. Those are the tickets and fines that are issued on the spot. But we do have other investigations going on that take some time. But those fines can be as serious as $1.5 million.
Follow-up?
Well, I'm just to sort of press on this point of penalties. I mean, we know that some of the distribution centers based in the Peel region include major employers like Amazon, and obviously because employers with large outbreaks aren't necessarily being named, we don't know whether Amazon is one of these employers with large caseloads. But for an employer like Amazon, is $1,000 really a deterrent to prevent cases from happening?
Look, absolutely not. But we've shut down nearly 70 unsafe workplaces and job sites, and that hits corporations where it counts in the pocketbook. And we're going to continue to do everything necessary to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in workplaces. That's why we've brought the total number of Ministry of Labour inspectors to the highest level in Ontario history. That's why we've formed teams of hundreds of inspectors from other government ministries. Specifically, I can tell you with Amazon, we've been in there 15 times, including last month. We're continuing every single day to go into warehouses, distribution centers. We're partnering with local public health units to find out where the cases are, and we're going to continue every single day protecting the health and well-being of people until COVID-19 is gone.
Seeing as there are no more questions, thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.